I direct the clerk to read out the order paper in the sequence as required by Standing Order 43-2. Clerk, to kindly proceed.
Order number 1, administration of oaths. Order number 2, communication from the chair. Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers.
Honorable members, under order number 5, the report of the Executive Committee on Transport Public Works on the site inspection visit held on 3rd and 4th April, the testers of Kangundo Road asphalt plant, Nanyuki Road asphalt plant, Nairobi City County Garage and Highways Depot. I hope, Chair, the report is ready. Kindly proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Pursuant to Standing Order number 196, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of this Assembly today, Friday, 27th June 2025. The report of the Secretarial Committee on Transport and Public Works on site inspection visit on 3rd and 4th April 2025 on the status of Kangundo Road asphalt plant, Nanyuki Road, and asphalt plant, Nanyuki Road asphalt plant, Nairobi City County Garage and Highways Depot. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I beg to lay.
Thank you, Chair. The Chair, Trade, Tourism. The Chairperson, Committee on Trade. The Vice Chair.
Samin, Chair, I'm standing on behalf of my chairman. I request for 2 weeks.
Vice Chair.
Yes, we request for 2 weeks.
Kindly, you are supposed to lay the report of the committee. Order, honorable members, please.
Okay, police.
Order, honorable members. Give the Vice Chair an opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The report of the Secretarial Committee on Trade, Tourism and Cooperative on the on-site inspections visits to screen the completions of the Mutuini market in Mutuini Ward on Thursday, 20th February 2025.
Thank you, Chair. You may proceed and lay. Honourable members, that is the report of the Secretarial Committee on Trade, Tourism, Cooperatives on the site inspection visit to ascertain the completion of Mutuimi Market in Mutuimi Ward on Thursday, 20th February 2025, as laid by the Vice Chair. Thank you. Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
The Chair of Transport Committee, kindly proceed and give notice of motion. Order, honorable members.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to give notice of the following motion. That this Assembly adopts the report.
Honorable Mofire, please. Kindly get back to your seat. That is not your usual place of patient, honorable member. Kindly, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I will repeat, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to give notice of the following motion. That this assembly adopts the report of the Sectoral Committee on Transport and Public Works on site inspection visits held on 3rd and 4th April of 2025 on the status of the Kangundo Road Asphalt Plant, 2nd, Nanyuki Road Asphalt Plant, and 3rd, Nairobi City County Garage and Highways Depot. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. The notice of motion under trade.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to lay the notice of the following motion. That this assembly adopt the report of the Secretarial Committee on Trade, Tourism and Cooperative on the site inspections, visit to extend the completion of Mutuini Market in Mutuini Ward on the Thursday, 20th February 2027. I lead the motion, sir.
Thank you, Honorable Vice Chair. The notice is properly before the House. Clerk.
Order number 7, statements. Order number 8, procedural motion.
Honorable Speaker, allow me to move the following procedural motion that pursuant to provision of Standing Order 131, this Assembly resolves to reduce the publication period of the Nairobi City County Supplementary 2 Appropriation Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 4 of 2025, from 7 days to 1 day. Honorable Speaker, you know the responses of time. May I ask my counterpart? May I ask my counterpart to second?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to second.
Thank you. Honorable members, I now propose the question that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 131, this Assembly resolves to reduce the publication period of the Nairobi City County Supplementary 2 Appropriation Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 4 of 2025, from 7 days to 1 day. Honorable members. Honorable members, my screen is clear, an indication that there is no further engagement under this order. I therefore call out the move of the motion to give right of reply. Thank you. Honorable members, I now put the question that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 131, this Assembly resolves to reduce the publication period of the Nairobi City County Supplementary 2 Appropriation Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 4 of 2025, from 7 days to 1 day. Honorable members, may as many of the similar opinions say ayes. May as many of the contrary opinions say nays. The ayes have it. Honorable members, by the leave of the chair, There shall be interruption of the procedure as required under Standing Order 43.2 to allow us attend to other business as they appear in the order paper. For that reason, we'll be jumping from Order 8 to Order 12. Then we will come back at a later stage to consider motion number 9, 10, 11. You stand guided, honorable members. Procedural motion, the leader of majority.
Order number 12, procedural motion.
Honorable Speaker, thank you for the guidance. Pursuant to the provision of Standing Order number 131, this Assembly resolved to reduce the publication period of Nairobi City County Appropriation Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 5 of 2025, from 7 days to 1 day. Honorable Speaker. I ask upon Shege Maura to second. Shege Maura to second.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I beg to second.
And I would request Honorable Chege, maybe you find another comfortable area where you can be and at least. Honorable member, please. Can you move, Honorable? That position is for the commissioner, so she's rightfully at her place. Kindly move to the next desk, maybe one row behind, please.
Mr. Speaker,
Order, Honorable.
I believe
Honorable Maura, you are directed by the chair.
you
Please don't engage the chair.
I'm not engaging.
Please, I know why I'm saying that.
I just want you to have trust in me that I will not be misled or made distracted by the noiseful, joyful member.
Then let this be a warning
Yes,
to
thank
both of you, please. Honorable Majority Leader, did you call someone to second your motion? Thank you. Honorable members, under order number 12 on the procedural motion, I now propose the question that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 131, this Assembly resolves to reduce the publication period of the Nairobi City County Appropriation Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 5 of 2025, from 7 days to 1 day. Honorable members. Honorable members, is that the feeling of the House? Allow me to call the move of the
Mr.
motion.
Speaker, I feel to reply. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable members, I now put the question that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 131, this Assembly resolves to reduce the publication period of the Nairobi City County Appropriation Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 5 of 2025, from 7 days to 1 day. Honorable members, may as many of the similar opinions say ayes. May as many of the contrary opinions say nays. The ayes have it. Clerk, kindly call out the next order. I'd actually made a pronouncement on the interruption in the sequence of the business. So kindly proceed.
Order number 16, Committee of the County Assembly to consider the Nairobi City County Regularization of Unauthorized Developments Bill, Assembly Bill number 2 of 2025.
Are you ready? Kindly proceed. Honorable members, at that stage, the House will revert to the Committee of the Whole Assembly. I expect to be upstanding as we
Honorable members, you may now be seated. Order, honorable members, order. Order. Chair thread. Honorable members, we are now in the Committee of the Whole Assembly to consider Nairobi City County Regularization and Authorized Development Bill 2025, Assembly Bill 2 of 2025, and we will start with clause number 3.
And 5.
Honorable members, I propose that clause 3, 4, 5 be part of the bill. Honorable members, I now want to put the question that clause 3, 4, 5 be part of the bill. Will as many as the opinion say aye? Will as many as the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, I propose that clause 6 be part of the bill. Move on.
I beg to move the clause 6 be amended as contained in the order paper.
Honorable members, I propose that clause 6 be amended as proposed. Any debate? Honorable members, I now want to put the question that clause 6 be amended as proposed. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members. Honorable members, I now want to propose that clause 7 be part of the bill. Honorable members, I now want to put the question that clause 7 be part of the bill. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 8.
Honorable members, I now want to propose that clause 8 be part of the bill. Move on.
Thank you, Speaker. I beg to move that clause 8 be amended as contained in the order paper.
Honorable members, I now want to propose that clause 8 be amended as proposed. Any debate? Honorable members, I now want to put the question that clause 8 be amended as proposed. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, I now want to put the question that clause 8 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 9.
Honorable members, I now want to propose that clause 9 be part of the bill. Any debate? Honorable members, I now want to put the question that clause 9 be part of the bill. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 10.
Honorable members, I now want to propose that clause 10 be part of the bill. Move on.
Thank you. To move that clause 10 be amended as contained in the order paper.
Honorable members, I now want to propose that clause 10 be amended as proposed. Any debate? Honorable members, I now want to put the question that clause 10 be amended as proposed. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, I now want to put the question that clause 10 as amended be part of the bill. Honorable members, I now want to put the question that clause 10 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Honorable members, I request you either say yes or no, because silence is not an answer. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I also request honorable members if you familiarize with the order paper that you have, so that I hear responses. Thank you.
Clause 10, Clause 11, and 12.
Honorable members, I now want to propose that clause 11 to all of be part of the bill. Any debate? Honorable members, I now want to put the question that clause 11 and 12 be part of the bill. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 13,
Honorable members, I now want to propose that clause 13 be part of the bill. Mover.
Chair, I beg to move that clause 13 be amended as contained in the order paper.
Honorable members, I now want to propose that clause 13 be amended as proposed. Any debate? Honorable members, I now want to put the question that clause 13 be amended as proposed. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, I now want to put the question that clause 13 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 14,
Honorable members, I propose that clause 14 be part of the bill. Mover.
I beg to move that clause 14 be amended as contained in the order paper.
Honorable members, I propose that clause 14 be amended as proposed. Any debate? Honorable members, I now want to put the question that clause 14 be amended as proposed. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, I now want to put the question that clause 14 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 15,
Honorable members, I propose that clause 15 be part of the bill. Mover.
I beg to move that clause 15 be amended as contained in the order paper.
Honorable members, I propose that clause 15 be amended as proposed. Any debate? Honorable members, I now want to put the question that clause 15 be amended as proposed. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, I now want to put the question that clause 15 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Leadership. Members. Honorable members. Honorable members, I now want to put the question that clause 15 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 16, 17, and 18.
Honorable members, I now want to propose that clause 16, 17, and 18 be part of the bill. Any debate? Honorable members, I now want to put the question that clause 16, 17, and 18 be part of the bill. Will as many as of the opinion say aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 19.
Honorable members, I propose that clause 19 be part of the bill. Move on.
Chair, I beg to move that clause 19 be amended as contained in the order paper.
Honorable members, I propose that clause 19 be amended as proposed. Any debate? Honorable members, I now want to put the question that clause 19 be amended as proposed. Will as many as of the opinion say aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable members, I now want to put the question that clause 19 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of the opinion say aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 20 and 21.
Honorable members, I propose that clause 2021 be part of the bill. Any debate? Honorable members, I now want to put the question that clause 2021 be part of the bill. Will as many as of the opinion say aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 22.
Honorable members, I propose that clause 22 be part of the bill. Mover.
Beg to move that clause 22 be amended as contained in the order paper.
Honorable members, I propose that clause 22 be amended as proposed. Any debate? Honorable members, I now want to put the question that 22 be amended as proposed. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable Hashim Kamau, you had your amendment, but you're very busy with writing another. Honorable. Honorable Hashim, I think you will come after we did the sub-new clauses. Because you didn't request it, and therefore I've been asking members when it's so debated. They've been very busy. Order, honorable members, if you have any reservation, any comment, any amendments, let me see your hands raised because you had been busy all through, and I think you are close at the end. I think. Order, honorable members, order. Order, board member. Honorable members, I now want to put the question that clause 22, as amended, be part of the bill. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28.
Honorable members, I propose that clause 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28 be part of the bill. Any debate? Honorable members, I now want to put the question that clause 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 be part of the bill. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 29.
Honorable members, I now want to propose that clause 29 be part of the bill. Mover.
That clause 29 be amended and as contained in the order paper.
Honorable members, I now want to propose that clause 29 be amended as proposed. Any debate? Honorable members, I now want to put the question that clause 29 be amended as proposed. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, I now want to put the question that clause 29 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 30 and 31.
Honorable members, I now want to propose that clause 30 and 31 be part of the bill. Any debate? Honorable members, I now want to put the question that clause 30 and 31 be part of the bill. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New part 11A.
The mover to move.
Honorable Chair, allow me to move that the new part 2A be now read a second time in the bill.
Honorable Majority Leader, why do you think we should move for the second time? Maybe justification on that?
Honorable Speaker, Madam Chair, when I looked at the bill, we need to incorporate properly the informal settlers so they can have economic realization of their own selves, because for a long time these people have been ignored. It has been a challenge to bring them on board in terms of revenue for the county. Therefore, we leave a very big population outside the revenue bracket. I beg to ask for the second reading.
Thank you, Honorable Majority Leader. Honorable members, I now want to propose that new part 11A be read on the second time. Any debate, honorable members, regarding that? Honorable members, I now want to put the question that new part 11A be read on the second time. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, I now want to propose that new part 11A be part of the bill. Honorable members, I now want to put the question that new part 11A be part of the bill. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Honorable members, you reply with either aye or nay. What is your point of order, Honorable Alai? It is new part 11A. Part 2. Part 2A. So thank you for the correction, Honorable Alai. Honorable members, I now want to put the question that new part 2A be part of the bill. Will as many as the opinion say aye? Will as many as the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 8A.
Honorable members, I now want to propose that new subclause 8.2A be read on the second time. Hashim Kamal.
I propose that clause 2A be now read a second time, Madam Speaker.
Why do you think so? With justification, honorable member.
Mr. Speaker, this is just, Madam Speaker, this is a form of application referred to Section 2, which I propose that it shall be in a digital format instead of taking hard copies to the executive. Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Hashim Kamau. Honorable members, I now want to put the question that new clause 8.2a be read on the second time. Will as many as of the opinion say aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable members, I now want to propose that subclause 8.2a be part of the bill. Honorable members, I now want to put the question that new subclause 2a, 8.2a be part of the bill. Will as many as of the opinion say aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable members, I now want to propose the question that new clause 14.3a be read on the second time. Honorable members, I now want to put the question that new clause 14.3a. Honorable Hashim Kamau.
Speaker, I move that clause 13.3a, 14.3a be now read the second time.
You propose? You
You know they are following the appropriation bill. That's the only problem.
is a confusion.
Madam Speaker, this is the issue of delay approvals.
Honorable Hashim Kamau, please follow it with your justification. What is your point of order?
Honorable Speaker, we've been trying to just follow these amendments. Honorable Hashim has said 8.2a. There's no 8.2a in this document. Even when you go to 14.3.
It is 14.3a.
Even 14.3.
Yes,
there's no
14.3a.
I'm looking at the document. The title is the Nairobi City County Regularization.
14.3a, here you are.
So we don't have those. Can we get
the order paper? Do you have the order paper with you?
Yes, I have the order paper. It's not there. The order paper, Honorable Speaker, has clause 14 and it's 14.1. We're looking for 14.3a.
14.2a.
Please show us, Honorable Speaker, so that we can be able to amend things that we are cognizant about. You know, members are just saying A's and nays.
Honorable Majority Whip.
A's and nays, what are we passing?
Madam Chair, I want to take through my colleague, Honorable DNG. There is a bill, okay? Then there is, when you go to the amendments, which he wants to bring is 14.2. There's 14.2 in the bill. So, there's just an error from him, but there's, on the other paper is 14.8. 14.2a.
14.2a.
Just an error, but in the other paper you can be in a position to see there's 14.2.
14.2a.
Yes.
14.2a. Okay, Honorable Hashim Kamau, order honorable members. Hashim Kamau.
Madam Speaker, this is an issue of delay approvals where responsibility lies with the executive. That's the proposal that in case that delay results from the executive, then the developers will not be penalized, Madam Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, honorable member. And honorable members, I now want to propose the question that new subclause 14.2a be read on the second time. Honorable members, I now want to put the question that new subclause 14.2a be read on the second time. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 22, 2.
The mover, three. Is the honorable member on Hansard? The Hansard team? Hansard team?
Madam Speaker, I move that clause 22 be now read the second time. And that is the issue of representation in that advisory committee. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Alan. There is a typo error. I'm also going through a lot of challenges. Honorable members, you will bear with me, and I think we are fine. Yes, we are on 22 too. Honorable members, I now want to put the question that new paragraph 22 2A be read on the second time. Honorable members, I now want to put the question that new paragraph 22 2A be read on the second time. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, I now want to propose that clause 2 be part of the bill. Mover.
To be read the second time, Madam Speaker. This is the issue of definition of the unauthorized development, Madam Speaker. Thank you.
There were also another amendment by Honorable Chaplain. You also had honorable members. I now want to put the question that new paragraph 22 2A be part of the bill. Clause 2 be part of the bill. Honorable members, I now want to propose that clause 2 be amended as proposed. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, I now want to put the question that order honorable members. Honorable members, I now want to put the question that clause 2 TAPC. Honorable members, I now want to put the question that clause 2 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Okay. Chairplan. Amendments. Clause 2. Order, honorable members.
That clause 21 3A be read a second time.
Honorable members, I propose that clause 2 be amended as proposed. Any debate? Honorable members, I now want to put the question that clause 2 be amended as proposed. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, I now want to put the question that clause 2 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Order, honorable members. Order. Honorable members, I now want to propose that long title be part of the bill. Honorable members, I now want to put the question that long title be part of the bill. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 1.
Honorable members, I propose that clause 1 be part of the bill. Honorable members, I now want to put the question that clause 1 be part of the bill. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, we are almost done. The mover to reply. Chairplan.
Thank you, Chair. I beg to move that the committee do report to the Assembly its consideration of the Nairobi City County Regularization of Unauthorized Development Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 2 of 2025, and its approval thereof with the amendments.
Thank you, Honorable Chair Planning and Honorable Members. I now want to put the question that we, the committee, do report in the Assembly its consideration on Nairobi City County Regularization of Authorized Building Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 2 of 2025, and its approval therefore with amendments. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Thank you, honorable members, and congratulations for the bill. Thank you.
Honourable members, you may be seated. Chair, are you ready?
Honorable Speaker, I beg to report the Committee of the Whole Assembly has considered Nairobi City County Regularization of Authorized and Authorized Building Plan 2025 Assembly Bill number 2 of 2025 and approve with some amendments. Thank you, Your Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to move that the Assembly do agree with the committee in the said report.
Thank you, Chair. Honourable members, I now propose on the adoption the question, which is that the Assembly do agree with the committee in the said report. Honourable members, I now put the question on the adoption, which is that the Assembly do agree with the committee in the said report. Honourable members, as many of the similar opinions say ayes, may as many as of the contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have. Mover.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to move that the Nairobi City County Regularization of Unauthorized Development Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 2 of 2025 be now read the third time.
Honourable members, I will propose the question, which is that the Nairobi City County Regularization of Unauthorized Development Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 2 of 2025 be now read a third time. Honourable members, I will now put the question, which is that the Nairobi City County Regularization of Unauthorized Development Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 2 of 2025 be now read the third time. May as many as of the same opinion say ayes, as many the contrary opinion say nays, the ayes have it.
The Nairobi City County Regularization of Unauthorized Development Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 2 of 2025, an act of the County Assembly of Nairobi City to provide for the regularization of unauthorized developments and for connected purposes. Third reading.
Honorable members, thank you for considering the Nairobi City County Regularization of the Unauthorized Development Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 2 of 2025. Honorable members, the bill now stands passed by the Assembly. Thank you. Honorable Chege Maura, don't underestimate or underrate they are informed.
So maybe the House and the people up there might not know that this bill, where now it is left, is for you to send it to the governor and send it into law. And it is good that the members, after saying so many ayes without knowing, the corners and districts to understand that now we have a law on regularization, and I thought maybe these senior people would have just put 1, 2, 3 points so that people understand it's a big thing. We don't pass laws every other day. But thank you.
Any concurrence in the concern of the Honorable Chege Maura? Honorable Leader of Namibia.
Speaker, indeed, what our senior colleague has said is a very important thing. For those who are in the gallery, and I was very keen on particular face, because when this assembly resolve an issue, we will not want to deal with it, whether you have a court order or not. Honorable Speaker, indeed, this is a momentous bill. And Sergeants, please be careful of who comes on our gallery. These are very important bills. But also there is a challenge with it. And this challenge, Honorable Speaker, is not to us.
Honorable Leader of Majority, you know you are the leader of the government business in the Assembly.
That's how as the Sergeants notify me as a leader of government business. In case it's a government official who's not authorized.
You are normally supposed to be very clear and categorical whenever at least you make your contribution. Don't instill fear.
Honorable Speaker, I'm not instilling fear. I was just instructing the Sergeant at Arms because it's a very important day.
Who is the unwanted guest in this case?
Any executive officer who this assembly has sanctioned and sanctioned is not authorized to appear within the precinct of the assembly. Whether with an order or without, the Constitution gives this assembly a description as a high court. Therefore, if you're sanctioned anywhere, gazetted, call a precinct, we do not want to see you. Honorable Speaker, on that note, I want to put categorically that this bill is now in executive hands to execute it as we've passed and to become an act, beyond being an act, to give us the fruit of it. As the chair is coming to read appropriation bills that's amounting to 44 billion, we're expecting to have not less than 8 billion as a source of revenue from this bill. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, it's important to note that. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, honorable members, for the input. Honorable members, on the resumption of the interrupted sequence of business, under standing order number 43.2, I direct that we revert back, and now the clerk to call out the next order.
Order number 9, the Nairobi City County Supplementary 2 Appropriation Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 4 of 2025. An act of the Nairobi City County Assembly to authorize the issuance of a sum of money out of the county revenue fund and its application towards the service of the year ending on 30th June 2025, and to appropriate that sum and a sum voted on account by the Nairobi City County Assembly for certain public services and purposes. First reading. Order number 10, the Nairobi City County Supplementary 2 Appropriation Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 4 of 2025, second reading.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that Nairobi City County Supplementary 2 Appropriation Bill 2025 be read the second time. Honorable Speaker, earlier today morning, the County Assembly adopted the 29th report of the Finance, Budget and Appropriation Committee on consideration of the second supplementary budget estimate. The intention of this supplementary appropriation bill is to provide legal basis for utilization of the funds approved by the County Assembly. The Budget Committee has scrutinized the submitted bill and confirmed that it is in tandem with the figures approved in the supplementary estimate report. The recommendation have also been taken into account as resolved by this assembly. Mr. Speaker, sir, I therefore implore the members to support this bill and grant the county the authority to apply the funds for payment of country's priorities, including payment for completion of the development projects and other lines of expenditure outlined herein before the end of the current financial year. Honorable Speaker, before I call the seconder, it is also good to note that our own source has now have a light of the day, having approved the regularization bill, where we are thinking we'll get around 7B. So, Honorable Speaker, together with the grants, the estimate that we will pass in a few minutes is fully in order. I now call upon my vice to second the motion.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to second.
Thank you, honorable members. I now propose the question that the Nairobi City County Supplementary to Appropriation Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 4 of 2025 may be read a second time. Honorable members, my screen is clear, an indication that there is no member ready to contribute towards this bill. I direct the mover of the motion to have a right of reply.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Once again, let me
The mic is off.
protect me from the leader of majority. He's alleging that my glasses are missing, but they are very clear. Thank you, Speaker. Let me thank members of budget for the good job, considering the limited time we had, and also the secretary. Thank you.
Honorable members, I now put the question that the Nairobi City County Supplementary to Appropriation Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 4 of 2025, be read a second time. Honorable members, may as many of the similar opinions say ayes. May as many of the contrary opinions say nays. The ayes have it.
The Nairobi City County Supplementary 2 Appropriation Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 4 of 2025. A bill for an act of Nairobi City County Assembly to authorize the issue of a sum of money out of the county revenue fund and its application towards the service of the year ending on the 30th June 2025, and to appropriate that sum and a sum voted on account by the Nairobi City County Assembly for certain public services and purposes. Second reading. Order number 11, Committee of the County Assembly, the whole County Assembly, to consider the Nairobi City County Supplementary 2 Appropriation Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 4 of 2025.
Honorable member, the chair now directs the House to revert to the Committee of the Whole Assembly to consider the Nairobi City County Supplementary 2 Appropriation Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 4 of 2025. Honorable members.
Honorable members, you may be seated. Honorable members may be seated. Honorable members, we are now in the Committee of the Whole County Assembly to consider the Nairobi City County Supplementary 2 Appropriation Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 4 of 2025, and we will start the bill with clause 2. Honorable members, I propose that clause 2 be part of the bill. Any debate? Honorable members, I put the question that clause 2 be part of the bill. As many as are of the same opinion say aye. As many as are of a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Clause 3. Honorable members, I propose that clause 3 be part of the bill. Any debate from the members? Honorable members, I put the question that clause 3 be part of the bill. As many as are of the same opinion say ayes. As many as are of a contrary opinion say nays. The ayes have it. Honorable members, I propose that the schedule be part of the bill. Any debates? Honorable members, I now put the question that the schedule be part of the bill. As many as are of the same opinion say ayes. As many as are of a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable members, I propose that the title be part of the bill. Any debates? Honorable members, I put the question that the title be part of the bill. As many as are of the same opinion say aye. As many as are of a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Clause 1. Honorable members, I propose that clause 1 be part of the bill. Any debates? Honorable members, I put the question that clause 1 be part of the bill. As many as are of the same opinion say ayes. As many as are of a contrary opinion say nays. The ayes have it.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that the committee do report to the Assembly its consideration of the Nairobi City County Supplementary 2 Appropriation Bill 2025 and its approval thereof without amendment. I beg.
Honorable members, I will put the question, which is that the committee do report to the Assembly its consideration of the Nairobi City County Supplementary to Appropriation Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 4 of 2025, and its approval thereof without amendments. I now put, as many as are of the same opinion say ayes. As many as are of a contrary opinion say nays. The ayes have it.
Honorable members, you may be seated. The Chair, Committee of the Whole. Sergeant Tom kindly assist the chair.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole Assembly has considered the Nairobi City County Supplementary 2 Appropriation Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 4 of 2025, and approved the same without amendments. Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the Assembly do agree with the committee in the said report.
Thank you. Honorable members, I now propose a question which is that the Assembly do agree with the committee in the said report. Honorable members, allow me to put the question which is that the Assembly do agree with the committee in the said report. Honorable members, may as many of the similar opinions say ayes, as many of the contrary opinions say nays, the ayes have it.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the Nairobi City County Assembly 2 Appropriation Bill 2025 be now read the third time.
Honorable members, I will propose the question which is that the Nairobi City County Supplementary 2 Appropriation Bill 2025 Assembly Bill number 4 of 2025 be now read the third time. Honorable members, I now put the question which is that the Nairobi City County Supplementary 2 Appropriation Bill 2025 Assembly Bill number 4 of 2025 be now read the third time. May as many of the similar opinions say ayes. May as many of the contrary opinions say nays. The ayes have it.
The Nairobi City County Supplementary 2 Appropriation Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 4 of 2025. A bill for an act of Nairobi City County Assembly to authorize the issue of a sum of money out of the county revenue fund and its application toward the service of the year ending on the 30th of June 2025, and to appropriate that sum and a sum voted on the account by the Nairobi City County Assembly for certain public services and purposes. Third reading.
Honorable members, the Nairobi City County Supplementary 2 Appropriation Bill now stand approved by the House, awaiting for the consent of the Governor. Thank you.
Order number 13, the Nairobi City County Appropriation Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 5 of 2025, first reading. A bill for an act of Nairobi City County Assembly to authorize the issue of a sum of money out of the county revenue fund and its application towards the service of the year ending 30th June 2026, and to appropriate that sum and a sum voted on the account by the Nairobi City County Assembly for certain public services and purposes. First reading. Order number 14, the Nairobi City County Appropriation Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 5 of 2025, second reading.
The chairperson, Budget Committee.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that Nairobi City County Appropriation Bill 2025 be read a second time. Mr. Speaker, sir, in the morning sitting, the County Assembly adopted the 27th report of the Finance, Budget and Appropriation Committee on consideration of the revenue and expenditure estimate for the Nairobi City County Government and the County Assembly for the financial year 2025-2026. In the approved budget report, the County Assembly had granted authority for the partial settlement of lab trust outstanding dues to ensure our retirees enjoy the fruit of their services. Payment of pending bills, construction of major road projects, construction of ECD centers, continuing the school feeding program in within the school within Nairobi City County. The County Assembly has also set aside resources for mitigation and management of disaster, construction of stadiums, as well as enhanced allocation for undertaking day-to-day operation for seamless services delivery to the residents of the county. We urge the stakeholders involved in the budget utilization to ensure it is implemented to the latter for the benefit of Nairobians. The committee once again urged the county executive committee members for finance to ensure that the payment for the ward development project is given a priority so that the projects are rolled out and completed in time. The approved budget, Mr. Speaker, shall also guarantee timely payment of salaries, efficient operation of the county executive, and adequate facilitation of the county assembly to perform its key triplet functions. Mr. Speaker, this appropriation bill therefore seeks to provide a legal foundation for spending of funds approved by the county assembly. Honorable Speaker, the budget committee has examined and submitted bill and confirmed that it is in agreement with the figures approved in the revenue and expenditure estimate report, and further that the recommendation have been incorporated as a sole by the assembly. Honorable Speaker, I wish to report. I wish to report to members. I wish to request members to support this bill and grant the county the opportunity to spend the funds for spent priorities and other lines of expenditure outlined herein for the next financial year. Honorable Speaker, in my earlier rejoinder, I reiterated the issue of non-committal from the CCs and chief officers. Now that some of the colleagues are here, I will request, if you allow, I repeat the same. I may not go by names, but they should send the message that those who are not committed to budget making, should I go by names?
Chairman, that will put you in a very difficult position.
Yes, sir.
Kindly go by your consent.
Honorable Speaker, I feel I should go by name. That is my consent. Honorable Speaker, I'm a God-guided man. That's why sometimes Honorable Worship usually say, Odalo is a Juogi man, but Juogi is in Kijaluo. So I don't know, but no, I have them. The names of the officers who have never been very keen on the issues of budget making. Number one is Susanne Silantoi, health, awareness and nutrition. Number two is Maureen Njeri, Green Nairobi. Number three is Rosemary Karaoke, inclusivity, public participation and customer services. Number four is Patrick Mbogo, building environment and urban planning. Number five is Honorable Stephen Githingi Gitaita Mwangi, Barrows Administration and Personnel. Lastly is the acting county attorney, who I think the time has elapsed. The 6 months is over. So the acting county attorney, he has never attended any committee, any meeting of the budget during the budget making process. Having said that, I have to applaud our sector, but I'll take time later on. Allow me to call my senior Ugeto to second the motion.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to second.
Thank you. Honorable members, I now propose the question that the Nairobi City County Appropriation Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 5 of 2025, be read a second time. Honorable members, my screen is clear. Allow me to call the mover of the motion to reply.
Same way, Honorable Speaker, I still very thankful for the committee. My vice usually steps in for me when duty calls. The members of budget are members of that budget in this assembly. Are you around? Speaker, if you allow, let members of budget stand so that they be seen. Honorable Speaker, at the far end we have Honorable Roro, very punctual. And if he's late in the committee, usually call a request for a leave. Honorable Joyce Mudoni, thank you. I know you are away out of the country, but you are back. Honorable Jasho, thank you for the good job. Honorable Jane, thank you for the good job. These are the team that usually burn the midnight oil. Honorable Wadukuru, thank you for the good job. Our youth leader, thank you for the good job. Honorable Masisa, thank you for the good job. Sorry, Mheshimiwa, you are not a member of budget. No, you are not a member of budget. I know my members. Honorable Petit, thank you for the good job. He also doubles up as this our whip in the team. Honorable Kathy, thank you for the good job. You also double in other duties. Honorable Perpetua, thank you for the good job. Honorable Ashley was just stepping. Also a member, thank you for the good job. Honorable Ghetto, our majority, thank you for the good job. Lastly, let me thank my vice for the good job and the support. Thank you. Honorable Speaker, this cannot happen without the secretary. They do a number of research. Kindly protect me from honorable motion. They do a number of research to sharpen the committee. Led by Mani, Eric, Alphonse, and the team, we are very grateful. Honorable Speaker, we all thank you. That's a very strong member. Honorable Cecilia, usually call us image. Speaker, this cannot happen without your support. We usually have an outside meeting that needs your authority, and you are always there for us. Thank you for the support. I beg to reply.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable members, I now put the question that the Nairobi City County Appropriation Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 5 of 2025, may be read a second time. Honorable members, may as many of the similar opinions say ayes. May as many of the contrary opinions say nays. The ayes have it.
The Nairobi City County Appropriation Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 5 of 2025. A bill for an act of Nairobi City County Assembly to authorize the issue of a sum of money out of the county revenue fund and its application toward the service of the year ending on the 30th June 2026, and to appropriate that sum and a sum voted on account by the Nairobi City County Assembly for certain public services and purposes. Second reading. Order number 15, Committee of the Whole County Assembly to consider the Nairobi City County Appropriation Bill 2025.
Honourable members, I direct that the House revert to Committee of the Whole Assembly to consider the Nairobi City County Appropriation Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 5 of 2025. Thank you, Honourable.
Honorable members, you may now be seated. Yeah. Order. Order, honorable members. Honorable members, we are now in the Committee of the Whole Assembly to consider Nairobi City County Appropriation Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 5 of 2025, and we will start with Clause 2. Honorable members, I propose that Clause 2 be part of the bill. Any debate? Honorable members, I now want to put the question that Clause 2 be part of the bill. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, I now want to propose that Clause 3 be part of Clause 3. Honorable members, I propose that Clause 3 be part of the bill. Any debate? Honorable members, I now want to put the question that Clause 3 be part of the bill. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, I now want to propose that schedule be part of the bill. Any debate, honorable members? Honorable members, I now want to put the question that schedule be part of the bill. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, I propose that title be part of the bill. Any debate, honorable members? Honorable members, I now want to put the question that the title be part of the bill. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, I propose that Clause 1 be part of the bill. Any debate, honorable members? Honorable members, I now want to put the question that Clause 1 be part of the bill. Will as many as of the opinion say aye? Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that that the committee do report to the Assembly its consideration of the Nairobi City County Appropriation Bill Assembly Bill number 5 of 2025 and its approval thereof without amendment.
Honorable members, I now want to put the question, which is the committee do report the Assembly in consideration of Nairobi City County Appropriation Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 5 of 2025, and it is approved therefore without amendments. Honorable members, will as many as of the opinion say aye, will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Thank you, honorable members.
Honorable members, you may be seated. The chairperson of the committee of the whole.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to refer the Committee of the Whole Assembly has considered Nairobi City County Appropriation Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 5, 2025, and approved the same without amendments. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
The mover, chairperson for the budget committee.
Members, you can see the pace of moving these things is a bit faster than the other one. So, Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the Assembly do agree with the committee in the said report.
Honorable members, on the adoption of the report, I will now propose the question, which is that the Assembly do agree with the committee in the said report. Honorable members, I now put the question on the adoption, which is that the Assembly do agree with the committee in the said report. May as many of the similar opinions say ayes. May as many of the contrary opinions say nays. The ayes have it. Move on.
Now I'm standing. I'm now standing as chair of 2020, as the chair of the budget and appropriation bill. I'll not talk again on the issue of the budget, but it is good to note that some of the staff of the executive are doing extraordinarily well. Starting with our department, we have one Asha Abdi. Asha Abdi is doing the right thing at the right time. We, as the committee of budget, we are very happy with her. The way she relates with the members of budget, the way she relates with the chair of budget, the way she relates with even the vice of the budget. How I wish other chairs and other CCs should do the same. Without missing my word, Speaker, I have to say that I have to appreciate the way Waziri is doing his things. We can have a number of meetings, Waziri and Chief, just to safeguard the issues. And I even mentioned in the morning that a number of our meetings usually bear fruit for even the good well-being of this assembly. So, Speaker, allow me to appreciate the way Waziri Kerich has been handling his department. And we, as members of budget, usually call him Shamge for the good job he's doing. Speaker, there are some CC that are really doing good. I can remember one of the CC by name Auma was out of the country and he was begging, Chair, I can't make it, but I'll send the departmental head to present for us. I will request other sectors just to have respect for the elected leaders. We are not here by mistake. The third year in the city hall is not usually a very friendly year. And I think Chege Maura, without saying much, you have shown us the way. Leader of majority, thanks for bringing members together. Members are now speaking one language. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that Nairobi City County Appropriation Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 5, 2025, be now read the third time. Thank you.
Honourable members, I now propose the question, which is that the Nairobi City County Appropriation Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 5 of 2025, be now read the third time. Honourable members, I will put the question, which is that the Nairobi City County Appropriation Bill 2025, Assembly Bill 4 of 2025, be now read the third time. As many of the similar opinions say ayes, may as many of the contrary opinions say nays, the ayes have it.
The Nairobi City County Appropriation Bill 2025, Assembly Bill number 5 of 2025, a bill for an act of Nairobi City County Assembly to authorize the issue of a sum of money out of the County Revenue Fund and its application toward the service of the year ending on the 30th of June 2026, and to appropriate that sum and a sum voted on account by the Nairobi City County Assembly for certain public services and purposes. Third reading.
Honourable members, the bill, Appropriation Bill 2025, has now been passed by the House, awaiting the answer of the Governor and the Speaker, which I make a commitment as the Chair and the Speaker to sign the vellum in the next maybe 1 hour or so. But I'll give the leader of majority, who happens to be the leader of the government business, to make his remarks, given that this is a very critical bill to the running of the operations of the county of Nairobi.
Honorable Speaker, I am being solicited to say words I cannot think before the executive. Allow the chair for budget and the vice chair to usher in our visitor, who is the CC for finance. But before that, Honorable Speaker, I want just to raise a few issues in regards to the sacrifice these honorable members have done before this house. Honorable Member Speaker, since morning, the honorable members have been here waiting patiently to execute their constitutional right, constitutional duty. Honorable Speaker, there are fundamental issues that we will not ignore, neither put our eyes off. I'm happy if some of members of the executive are up there, apart from the one and the only one. Allow me to say a few things. Number one, Speaker, this house will not compromise on anything to do with World Development Fund. We've now appropriated 25.4 million votes for every ward. And if the CEO for World Development Fund is in existence before this house, the CC Finance, Chief Officer Finance, Head of Procurement, take note that we expect the procurement of all world programs to commence latest end of July this year. Latest end of July this year. The procurement process of all world development programs to commence with immediate effect. Honorable Speaker, another compromise we will not take, the issue of bursaries. When we had a meeting with elected leaders, we agreed with the CC Finance, Chief Officer Finance, they must formulate a same agreement as other counties have done. On that note, Honorable Speaker, I'll be taking track of it with my counterpart, that we are giving them in the next 14 days to be able to sign this agreement between the county government of Nairobi and the national government relevant offices to enable the bursary issuance to progress and to continue in Nairobi County. Honorable Speaker, lastly, we will not compromise the full implementation of this budget, being the second largest budget of our term. That all projects, all roads, if there's a CC for roads, which I'm being informed, it does not appear before the CC for roads appears, is the one called out. But unfortunately, I think there's a sabotage somewhere in this sector. Implementation process is not at par. We therefore want to imply that the policymaker has done his job. He has given the budget for all these officers. We want the procurement of all the roads, all the bridges to commence with immediate effect. Honorable Speaker, I want also to implore on the issue of children. Our ECDs are all over, all those major projects. Stadiums will be going on oversight. And any officer who does not appear before the committee to oversight this particular budget, I'll be very apologetic to you as head of this house, and also head of government business, but I will not compromise the integrity of this house. Honorable Speaker, I want to allude to everyone who have come that the journey to reform Nairobi has begun. As I said last week, if in any way you want to write my political obituary, I want to assure you I'll write yours first. If you want to extinct my career as a politician, or you who is a professional, I'll extinct yours first. Therefore, between this precinct, anyone, be it executive, let's compromise for the good of Nairobi, but not for the finishing of each other. I want to applaud Waziri's present there, Uma, Waziri Mulama, Waziri Gumo, Waziri Daktari, and others are very busy. They will be busy. When the speaker say as many as say aye, and they'll say aye. So for those who want to work for Governor Sakaja, please have a good conduct with the assembly. We will support you fully. We want Sakaja to succeed, but also there are some weeds within Sakaja's government. You need to help Sakaja to remove so the government can run properly. This one, Honorable Speaker, we are not missing our words. And I pray that as we continue this process, let's pray the year begins quickly. The COB opens up the budget and also give officers autonomy of their offices. There's a lot of, some officers feel there's so much box on the corner. Let's free officers also to do their job, they're employed to do. And officers will support you when you're ready to do your job. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, that pursuant to provision of Standing Order number 33A, this assembly resolved to extend its sitting until the conclusion of the business of the day. Honorable Speaker, I ask Chege Maura to second.
Mr. Speaker, if there's a day these members have done a job that they will get their full thoroughly worth, it's today, because they've done the full day. And it being a Friday, I want to commend them for being there until this time, and even going beyond the hours that were given at 5. And now we are even extending hours for them to continue working. I hope that camera is graceful enough to show that the people of Nairobi, their leaders are willing to work up to late just to ensure that the business that is required to be done is done. With that, Mr. Speaker, I beg to set my opinion.
Thank you. Honourable members, in adherence to our standing orders, which requires understanding order 3.3a, the hours of meeting. The Honourable Majority has proposed for the extension. I now propose the question pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 33.3a. This Assembly resolves to extend its sitting until the conclusion of the business of the day, but not limited to 12 minutes. Thank you. Mark Mugambi, I don't know whether you put a request. Oh, thank you. Then you switch off your screen. May I call the move of the motion to reply?
You can see the challenge we are going through because of our systems. We are borrowing each other. We are borrowing each other. As much as Wazir is coming to read a budget here because his ceremony today, we will execute him and applaud him. But we need the money for the assembly to be released so the assembly can be able to mitigate these issues. Honorable Speaker, also as I close up, and I want to appreciate the chair of budget committee, the entire membership. I think this is the most active committee. Thank you so much for making us proud as a house. Same the chief officer of finance. She's always in contact with this committee. Thank you so much for a good job, well done. As Chege says, today we've earned the 144,000 properly. At least we've worked for Nairobi since morning, Speaker. And Speaker, my vote didn't go in vain because you're so patient with us. So I follow you behind there at least to check if you are still together. But you are still together. Thank you so much. I beg to reply.
Honourable members, I now put the question pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 33.3a. This Assembly resolves to extend its sitting until the conclusion of the business of the day. May as many of the similar opinions say ayes. May as many of the contrary opinions say nays. The ayes have it.
Order number 17, pronouncement of the budget highlights and revenue raising measures for the financial year 2025-2026 by the County Executive Committee member for Finance and Economic Affairs.
Okay, I direct the leader of the business of the House, Honorable Peter Yamato, in conjunction with the chair of the Budget Committee and the Vice Chair, to lead the procession of the CC Finance. You are out of order, Honorable Member, please. Thank you, honorable members. Let's settle down. Honorable members, you may proceed and take your positions. Honorable members, allow me to clarify the communication in regard to the pronouncements on the budget policy highlights on revenue raising measures for the county government for financial year 2025-2026. Honorable members, before we proceed, I have the following communication. Honorable members, Section 132 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012 and Standing Order 232 requires the County Executive Committee, the CC member for Finance, to make a public pronouncement on the budget policy highlights and revenue raising measures for the county government each financial year. In line with these provisions, I will shortly be inviting the CC member for Finance and Economic Planning to deliver the pronouncement on the budget policy highlights and revenue raising measures for the financial year 2025-2026. Honorable members, as we welcome the CC member to this assembly, I wish to underscore that today's event is primarily ceremonial. No decisions that shall be made on the pronouncement, as the Assembly has already considered and approved the appropriation bill, while the finance bill will be considered at a later stage. Honorable members, before I invite the CC member to address the Assembly, allow me to acknowledge and recognize the presence of distinguished guests seated in both the Speaker's Gallery and the Public Gallery. These guests include members of the County Executive Committee, the Acting County Secretary, Chief Officers, and Directors of various county departments. On behalf of the County Assembly and on my own behalf, I extend a warm welcome to all of you seated at the gallery. Finally, honorable members, I remind the Assembly that in the accordance with the Standing Order 232.3, the CEC member shall be heard in silence, and no questions or clarifications shall be sought during the pronouncement. Honorable members, I now invite the County Executive Committee member for Finance and Economic Affairs, Mr. Charles Carriage, to make the public pronouncement on the budget policy highlights and revenue raising measures for the financial year 2025-2026. I thank you, honorable members, and you so stand guided. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable members of this House. Mr. Speaker, sir, this is, I think, if I'm not wrong, the sixth time that I'm standing here to read budget for Nairobi City County Government, and it indeed is a privilege of the responsibility that has been bestowed upon me. Mr. Speaker, I acknowledge that this House has had a very long day today, and so I will read a speech that will be 30 minutes at most. Mr. Speaker, is it indeed a great privilege to present to this Honorable Assembly, the people of Nairobi and Kenyans at large, the highlights and revenue-raising measures for the financial year 2025-2026. This is in fulfillment to the provisions of Section 132(1) of the Public Finance Management Act of 2012 and premised on Article 201 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 on the principles of public finance, which among others decree that management of public resources shall be done within the realm of openness, accountability, public involvement, equitable society, prudent use of public resources, and clarity in financial reporting. Mr. Speaker, sir, this being the third budget under the leadership of His Excellency Governor Johnson Arthur Sakaja, this budget gives priority to policies and strategies as stipulated in the Governor's Manifesto. Mr. Speaker, allow me to take this opportunity to express my deep appreciation to His Excellency the Governor for his continued support he has afforded me as the CECM for Finance and Economic Planning Affairs, and entrusting me with the privilege of overseeing the management of fiscal policy and the public financial management of the county. I also wish to extend my sincere gratitude to the County Executive and the County Assembly for the wise counsel during preparation of these budget policy highlights and revenue-raising measures that will lay a strong foundation for our socio-economic transformation. Mr. Speaker, before presenting the fiscal and revenue framework, let me start by highlighting the economic context in which this budget has been prepared. Mr. Speaker, since 2020, our economy has been unwinding from the effects of negative and persistent global and domestic shocks that have pushed the economy to its lowest activity level, therefore impacting on service delivery and threatening the survival of many businesses. This impacted negatively on what we had targeted to collect as our own source revenue in this financial year. This in turn affected the service delivery due to the emergent resource constraints. Despite those challenges, we managed to surpass our revenue collection from the previous financial year. Mr. Speaker, Nairobi City County operates within the global and national macroeconomic framework, thus directly and indirectly influencing the county's fiscal decisions and operations. The global dynamics impacted the grant and loans that are targeted at supporting counties. Unstable global economic performance also results in the lower national GDP growth that trickle down to the county level. And this calls for the county to explore alternative financing for its development programs, such as enhancing public-private partnerships and sourcing for grants. The real interest rates reflected the real cost of borrowing, savings, and return on investment for both the county government and Nairobi business communities. Mr. Speaker, despite the challenges, both the global and domestic economy is projected to be on a growth path in 2025. We remain optimistic that the growth trajectory is expected to translate to better outcomes to the economy and the county in terms of uptake of our service, translating to increased revenue and increased fiscal space. Mr. Speaker, the budget estimates for the financial year 2025-2026 submitted to the County Assembly on the 30th of April 2025 seek to continue entrenching institutional transformation for better efficiency and effectiveness in service delivery, as well as bringing the county and its residents to a path of recovery through entrenching the county government's mission of order, dignity, hope, and opportunities for all. Additionally, as we continue implementing the CIDP 2023 to 2027. We renew our dedication to achieve development goals by actualizing our motto, let's make Nairobi work. Honorable Speaker, the economic growth strategy underlying the budget for the next financial year and the medium term includes 1. Increased on-source revenue mobilization, 2. Timely payment of bills to ensure sustainability, 3. Effective implementation of development initiatives, 4. Effective implementation of various county restructuring strategies and enhancing accountability by officers, and finally 5. Support for the private sector by reducing the cost of doing business. Mr. Speaker, to support the above growth strategies, the administration will be focusing on funding and efforts towards the following key areas. 1, to boost on the rising trend of on-source revenue. We will continue operationalizing the Nairobi City County Revenue Authority. 2, over-reliance on on-source revenue and exchequer releases has tethered the county to underfunding and underperformance. The administration will pursue a radical shift in other sources of funding, such as grants and PPP projects. The county treasury will also be enforcing fiscal responsibility as stipulated in the PFM Act, Section 107. This will improve funds, appropriation, and expenditure control. 3, despite meeting the provisions of Section 107, 2B of the PFM Act 2012, the county has not been able to meet all its obligations towards development. The only solution to this is reinforcing the allocations towards development with the reduction of non-essential recurrent expenditure and increasing county revenues to accommodate non-discretionary expenditure. And finally, the administration will be focusing on reducing the cost of doing business by actively implementing the Unified Business Permit and implementing the Trade Licensing Act. Mr. Speaker, in seeking to achieve our medium-term priorities and in fulfillment of the requirement under the Constitution on public participation, we accorded Nairobians the opportunity to share their views on issues that need to be addressed in this budget. We received many useful proposals and suggestions that have informed the priorities outlined in this budget statement. Broadly, these challenges were infrastructural, socio-economic, as well as other emerging challenges which proved even more complex to handle. However, Rome was not built in a day, and the government remains committed to ensuring concerns of all residents are addressed. Mr. Speaker, infrastructural development has not been commensurate to the rapidly growing demands. The population growth in Nairobi City is on an upward trend. Demand for water and sewerage far outstrips supply. Traffic congestion continues to bedevil the city. Sprouting of slums coupled with high levels of inequalities, intermittent flooding, and insecurity has been an ever-persistent concoction of challenges encountered by Nairobians and consequently hampering the achievement of our medium-term development targets. In our quest to be a globally competitive city, we have continuously remained committed to overcome this challenge, and a lot of effort and resources have already been invested towards this end. In the medium term, infrastructural development has remained a key investment area of the county, where new roads have been constructed and existing ones maintained. Non-motorized transport systems built, public transport expanded, and improved. Internal capacity on solid waste management has been enhanced. Beautification of our city and improvement of our public parks done. Affordable housing units projects continue. Fire stations and equipments installed. Markets and modern kiosks have also been built. Huge investments made in the health sector. Quality basic education provided. transition rates to school-going children has improved. Construction of school feeding kitchens was done, and our vocational training centers improved as well as increased water supply. Mr. Speaker, the story of water to Nairobi has been a success story with the additional inflow of water into this city, and some areas that have not seen water for a long time are now receiving water. Leveraging on ICT, the county will be undertaking reforms to enhance the revenue administration procurement through the implementation of an enterprise resource program that is intended to ensure full integration of all the subsystems. The planned ERP platform is expected to be a solution to maximize revenue collection and halt perennial outsourcing of revenue collection to services, thus helping on reducing the cost of collection. Mr. Speaker, pending bills have accumulated over the years. Statutory debts which date back more than 10 years has affected the welfare of our retirees, who should be enjoying their sunset years after working hard for Nairobians. This has also affected service delivery. The delay in payment of these pending bills has led to serious economic and social disruptions, as most service providers suffered financially. In addition, the allocation of resources towards debt resolution continues to constrain our fiscal space. By the end of the financial year, the government expects to have cleared majority of these pending bills owed to suppliers and contractors. To further check the growth of pending bills in the coming financial year, the County Treasury will roll out expenditure management policies, and sectors will be required to ensure all their pending bills are fully cleared before the closure of the financial year. Mr. Speaker, let me move to revenue and expected projections for the coming financial year. Mr. Speaker, the total revenue projection for financial year 2025-2026, including both national government transfer, grants, and on-source revenue, amounts to 44.6 billion shillings. Out of this, the projected national transfers, that is the equitable share, will cover 22 billion shillings, which includes grants, while the total projected on-source revenue amounts to 20.9 billion. Hospitals FIF, we expect 1.23 billion, and liquor licensing 400 million shillings. Mr. Speaker, the total projected expenditure amounts to the same 44.6 billion, made up of both recurrent and development expenditures, at 31.2 billion for recurrent and 13.4 billion for development. The allocation of development is equivalent to 30% of the total budget, which is in line with Section 107 of the PFM Act 2012 that requires that 30% goes to development. Mr. Speaker, allow me to highlight the budget details for the 25-26 as tabled before this House. As aforementioned, the driving theme of the budget is to transform our institutions and its processes and strategically redirect the county and its people to economic recovery. Mr. Speaker, in order to bring services close to the residents, I have allocated 580 million shillings for the completion of construction of borough offices, as well as sub-county and ward offices. The boroughs will be the focal point for planning and will provide a one-stop shop where the residents can access all the services offered by the Nairobi City County. This will ultimately reduce the time taken for Nairobians to get the services and ultimately bring down the cost of doing business. Mr. Speaker, the Ward Development Program is aimed at reducing disparities in resource allocation and development across all wards. The impact of the program has been felt all over the county. Implementation of ward programs has been faced with various obstacles, leading to delay implementation of projects. The county treasury has embarked on payment of completed certificates, paving way for seamless implementation of word-based projects in the coming financial year. The projects to be implemented under this program will depend on the priority of individual wards. The proposals from wards are development-oriented, mostly in infrastructure. I have proposed an allocation of 2.155 billion as the budget allocation for that year. Mr. Speaker, implementation of various programs and projects will require an efficient procurement system. To this end, and in line with the government policy on e-procurement, the county took implementation of e-procurement in line with the national government policy. This has so far enhanced efficiency, but also ensured that county gets the best services at the best prices possible due to increased and better competition. Mr. Speaker, infrastructure development is a key priority, with upgrades and expansion at key hospitals, including Umwani Maternity and Mama Lucy Kibaki Hospital. Efforts to equip hospitals with advanced diagnostic and treatment tools will also be prioritized this financial year, along with the modernization of health data systems. To continue with the spirit of affordable healthcare, I have allocated 400 million shillings for equipping and stocking of sufficient non-pharmaceutical items in county health facilities. I've also allocated 849 million for construction, equipping, and rehabilitation of health facilities to ensure affordable health services are accessible and remain our key priority. Mr. Speaker, to take care of the school-going children in Nairobi, I have allocated 700 million towards the school feeding program. This program continues to improve the nutritional status of learners and encourage students to attend school, leading to an increase in enrollment, performance, and transition to higher levels of education. Mr. Speaker, the priority areas for mobility sector will be to enhance pedestrian safety and connectivity through construction and rehabilitation of roads, street lighting, stormwater drainage, and bridges. Completion of ongoing roadworks will be targeted as a key priority, together with the rehabilitation of already completed works. I have allocated 2.8 billion shillings to facilitate implementation of these development projects. Mr. Speaker, in order to enhance access to education and to support the national government's effort to ensure transition to secondary schools at 100%, the county government has been providing support to the needy students through the provision of bursaries. In this regard, I have allocated 857.9 billion for bursaries. Out of this, 7 million will be allocated to every ward, and the balance will be available to sponsor all continuing students under the Executive Scholarship Program. Mr. Speaker, thank you. In order to develop talent among the youth, I have further allocated another 1 billion for the construction and rehabilitation of sports complexes and stadia, which serve as recreational centers for the youth. Mr. Speaker, also in order to create an enabling environment for traders and investors, I have allocated 450 million shillings for construction and rehabilitation of various markets within the county. Mr. Speaker, the County Assembly plays an important role in all legislative functions within the county, including approval of county laws, policies, budgets and expenditures, integrated development plans, tariff rates and service charges, as well as playing an oversight role. To better perform this role, Mr. Speaker, I have allocated Kenya shillings 2.6 billion to the County Assembly for recurrent and development. Mr. Speaker, as I now turn to the fiscal projections and the revenue raising measures for the coming financial year, these budgets estimates will be financed from transfers from national government and on-source revenue. As highlighted earlier, the total resource projections for the 2025-26 stands at 44.6 billion, up from 43.5 billion, an increase of 1 billion. The budget is balanced and therefore no borrowing is envisaged. Mr. Speaker, to ensure the county targets are met as earlier mentioned, the county treasury projects an income of 20.9 from internal sources, hospitals through FIF and liquor licensing, and 22 billion from external sources. We remain hopeful that the slow growth in revenue due to the harsh economic period will be reversed in the coming financial year. Also, for a long time, the county has lacked requisite legislation for key revenue streams. This weakened the administration and mobilization of revenue collection. In the coming year, the county government will continue pursuing this agenda through the Nairobi Revenue Authority to ensure every revenue stream has an enabling legislation, and with the help of this House, we expect better performance henceforth. We will also continue using the digital pay service platform for convenience and broadening our revenue base. Mr. Speaker, to improve on land rates revenue, the county will embark on formalizing rates based on sectional property titles, which target individual houses on a block of apartments or gated communities. We intend to fully roll out the unified business permit to enhance compliance for all mandatory licenses and permits that are paid upfront before the necessary inspections are done and permits issued. With the introduction of UBP, which is payable in installments for informal traders who have been paying daily cess, we will be promoting fairness and equity in taxation. Mr. Speaker, we will give key focus on small format advertising revenue to harness the potential of the revenue stream that has not been fully optimized yet. We also intend to employ aggressive revenue mobilization strategies for on-source revenues, such as introduction of annual payments for billboard advertisements per structure with flexible payment arrangements rather than the occupancy model. Mr. Speaker, we also intend to start regularization of unauthorized developments and imposition of penalties for the same. And on this note, we sincerely thank this Assembly for passing the Regularization of Developments Bill. With a special mention to the Chair of Planning, we will continue with the exercise of mapping revenue streams and setting targets for each stream, sub-county, wards, and individuals. This will increase revenue base, which will ultimately increase actual revenue and form a logical basis for setting targets. We will further continue to cascade revenue targets and ensure revenue compliance, inspection, and enforcement in all sub-counties. We intend to have continuous stakeholder engagement, civic education, and public participation on county revenue administration processes, such as self-billing. Mr. Speaker, we shall embark on cleaning of revenue data to establish the correct amount of outstanding receivables and establish a robust revenue measure. As I conclude on the issue of revenue raising measures, I wish to inform this House that we shall not be increasing any fees and charges, but will concentrate on widening the tax base, and in order to target areas which have not been fully optimized on revenue collection. Mr. Speaker, to boost the above mentioned strategies, we will be creating awareness on all the county levies for citizens to pay, how to pay, deadlines and consequences of being in default. We shall also ensure prompt billing and servicing of demand notices, combined with continuous inspections and enforcement to ensure compliance. We shall provide necessary tools to facilitate collection, inspection, and enforcement of revenue. As I conclude, Honorable Speaker, I cannot fail to reiterate that the county government remains focused and steadfast to ensuring that the development targets are met, consequently transforming the county into the glorious city under the sun, a competitive city globally, bringing order, dignity, hope, and opportunities for all Nigerians, with its people benefiting from a high quality of life. The budget making process was consultative, crafted on the backdrop of limited resources, and trade-offs have been done to ensure that the county only pursues areas of optimal gains. This could not have been possible without the support of His Excellency the Governor, your office, Mr. Speaker, and that of the clerk of the County Assembly. I thank you for having granted me the opportunity to present these budget highlights and also for the support this far received throughout this process. I am also grateful to the Finance, Budget and Appropriations Committee, led by the very able chairman, Honorable Wilfred Odalo, and the Vice, Honorable Emily Bohor, all other sectoral committees, the Leader of Majority, Honorable Peter Imoto, and the Leader of Minority, Honorable Anthony Kiragu, all leadership of the Assembly and all the members for their commitment to see this process end successfully. I cannot forget my fellow County Executive Committee members seated up in the gallery, the County Secretary, County Attorney, County Chief Officers, staff at the County Treasury, led by our Chief Officer for Economic Planning, Libtari seated here, the Chief Officer for Finance, Asha Abdi, and the Chief Officer for Revenue, Tyrus Njoroge, and all the staff of the county who have jointly and individually worked hard to ensure that the budget and all supporting documents met the legal timelines. Finally, Mr. Speaker, I wish to thank Nairobians in general for their continued involvement in county affairs through public participation, their unwavering fulfillment of their civic duty, which finances the county's operation, and pledge that as a county, we will focus on the priority areas that you helped us identify. Let's make Nairobi work. Thank you all, and God bless Nairobi City County. Mr. Speaker, sir, allow me now to submit the budget statement for the financial year 2025-2026 to this House for consideration. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Yes.
Thank you, CC. Remember, I don't know whether members were keen enough to notice that the CC member did not in any way make any form of commitment in raising the revenue that attracts the finance bill. I hope that was well captured. So there was never introduction of any new tariff. For that reason, Honorable, I'm sorry, but you at one point ran for the seat of MP back in the village, though the votes are never enough. So you are correctly referred as Honorable Kerich. Thank you for the presentation, a wonderful presentation this afternoon. Honorable members, on the adjournment upon the pronouncement of the budget policy highlights and revenue raising measures for the county government for financial year 2025-2026. But before then, I don't know what has befallen our chairman, budget committee, that we are not able to gather together for the cocktail party, which always has been the tradition. Chairman, before I adjourn the assembly, please kindly
Insecurity.
Chairman, you are on answer.
Speaker, there are entails of insecurity of agencies. So we decided to postpone it.
I hope the administration is not so mean that they are not in a position to even interact with their members during the cocktail. But now, CC member finance, please consider that and make sure that you organize a breakfast meeting with these honorable members in under 2 weeks. That is a directive from the Speaker. Honorable members, allow me to express my sincere appreciation to the CC member for Finance and Economic Planning for ably delivering the public pronouncement on the budget policy highlights and revenue raising measures for the Nairobi City County government for the financial year 2025-2026. I also wish to confirm that in compliance with the provisions of Section 132 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012, the CC member has submitted the finance bill outlining the proposed revenue measures accompanied by the policy statement elaborating on the measures as well. Honourable members, having dispensed with the business on the order paper, the County Assembly stand adjourned to Tuesday, 1st July 2025 at 2:30 p.m. I thank you as you proceed for the evening. Honourable members, I have mentioned that the finance bill is not there. Thank you. Honourable members, the Assembly stand adjourned and have a pleasant evening as you go home. Thank you.